Booty, 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 rocking everywhere. What's going on, Jerome? It's Fun Friday. Well, every day's fun. Otherwise, we wouldn't do this. Minnesota Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell fed the local media jackals on Friday. Talk about injuries, talk about updates. The classic hat for Hat Model Day. It's looking good, man. Also, the shirt, it says something about special teams masters, I want to say. They had a story about it, but I don't care. Anyways, but this is what Kevin O'Connell said. Ivan Pace Jr., with that ankle that he rolled up last Thursday at practice, is going to be out for Sunday. Second straight game missed for Pace. Kamu Grugier-Hill filled in pretty damn nicely against his former team, the Houston Texans, on Sunday. We'll have to do the same against Josh Jacobs and Malik Willis, maybe, but probably more Jordan Love and the Packers on Sunday. So no muss, no fuss there. Next man up. O'Connell did say that he's hoping to have Pace back for London next week. So we'll see. No other injury designations for Sunday. That means wide receiver Jordan Addison, ankle, Diamond Dallas Turner, knee, and left tackle Christian Darrisaw, who was down with the sickness on Thursday, will be good to go. Also, he expects no limitations on Addison for the Packers. The Packers, right? And we said this ad nauseum. Like, even with Addison back, Jalen Speedy Naylor has been really damn good. 3 touchdowns in 3 games, has a rapport with Darnold. So even with Addison in, like, look for Speedy Naylor still to contribute. Hockenson. So it does seem like Hockenson is getting close, and he complimented TJ doing work in the facility with the coaching staff, with his teammates and stuff, where players on IR or the PUP list, sometimes they can just show up, be in the back of meeting rooms, not really contribute, just do their rehab and whatever. But Hockenson, you could tell, is like dialed in on the side. Like, he sees this team, he can't wait to get back. He sees something special here. And Hockenson, he's a top 3 tight end in this game, and he's not 3. And O'Connell said they're going to have a discussion the next couple days about potentially activating him off the PUP, because it would kickstart the 21-day window where he can return to practice, but still not count against the 53. He said that London, week 5, with the travel as well as the surface, would be a factor in if he's activated or not, because after the Packers game, he would be eligible to return to the roster and to the games. But so we said this at the jump. I think what makes the most sense is next week start his practice window, and if you have practices stateside, get him in there. I don't think he needs to travel with the Jets, but I would rather Reisner not travel with his back issues versus Hockenson if he's really close to that knee. So if he wants to still travel with the team, and if they have practices over in London, TBD what their travel schedule is going to be, that's fine, because that would be within his 21-day window. You got the bye week where he can still do some work at the facility, and then a full practice week ahead of the Lions' revenge game, his former team, as well as Dirty Kirby Joseph, and then activate him right before the game onto the 53, and then we're off to the races. I think that's probably what's going to happen in this spots. But good to hear that Hockenson is attacking things and really, really damn close. Also, talked about culture of players and coaches who love football, where on one hand, like, that sounds pretty simple and straightforward, right? But humans have different motivations, and there's a lot of players who love the game, and there's a lot of players who love what the game brings. The cash, the accompaniment of significant others, all that stuff. And it does seem like the Vikings have done a very good job over the last couple of years of bringing in dudes who fit the culture, right? They buy in, all for one for all, buying into what the defense, buying into what the offense is doing, and putting football first. And you see it on the field, where there's just passion, where these guys are playing a parking lot for $10 and a ham sandwich. Now, that's always been our barometer of loving the game. And yeah, it's really good. And while those guys are really good for the culture, Aaron Jones, where you can tell, like, O'Connell, of course, it'd be in Packers week, so you're going to get Aaron Jones questions. But so I've listened to every press conference. He's had 3 this week. The local media jackals, who are very good at their job, like, they basically ask the same Aaron Jones question every single time. And you can tell that O'Connell's sort of over it. Except he's too nice about it. But you can tell, like, O'Connell's like on short on sleep right now. He's like, as I've said about Aaron Jones in my previous press conferences, like, that's as sassy as Kevin O'Connell gets, I guess. But Aaron Jones, wonderful human being, joy to be around, joy in the facility. He's accountable, and the few things that O'Connell said the coaching staff want him to tighten up, he's done. Also inward looking, cares about his teammates, cares about this team, and it's one of those players who definitely fit into the culture and build upon that culture. It's good to see, man. Also, with J.J. McCarthy, so on injured reserve for the full season, cannot return, but also he's still on that rascal. Now, Kevin O'Connell did say that he's driving with more accuracy. As when he first got on the damn thing, he backed into Kevin O'Connell's office door, which is kind of funny. The whole full-on Austin Powers thing. But he said how McCarthy is maximizing time in the facility. He's in those meeting rooms. He's grinding film. He's attacking his rehab. He's doing all that stuff. And all these things behind the scene. As we said, J.J. McCarthy, even though he has a season-ending injury, is still going to get the full freight experience, like the full-on benefit of learning the playbook, in the coach's ear, in the quarterback meeting rooms, talking with Darnold and Mullins and Rippon, and just like absorbing and getting that knowledge. Like, so he's still going to have that. The only thing that he won't have are practice reps, which he wasn't going to get a ton. He wasn't going to get a ton in the regular season. That's something that people don't understand, is that practices, talk about practice, like practice reps during the regular season are very important, and starting quarterback QB1 is going to get most of them, right? So, I mean, even if McCarthy had won the quarterback 2 job, he wasn't going to get a ton of full on the field reps, right? He would get side work and individual work, sure, but yeah. But also O'Connell said that he's hoping to be more visible eventually, once he's medically cleared to do so, because you don't want a guy who can't move on the sideline, and then all of a sudden on punt, you got a special teams gunner pushing to the sidelines, and it's just bad, right? But O'Connell, so he was asked if McCarthy's been watching at home or at the stadium. O'Connell pretty heavily inferred that McCarthy is on site during the games, but not in the stands, not on the sidelines, not in a suite, because I think that would be distracting for the cameras. I think that O'Connell knows that. So he's probably in the bowels of the stadium, tweeting things out. Yeah. Also, O'Connell did basically say a kid of his younger generation, there's social media involved, but he likes how all of his posts are just uplifting his teammates, which is the kind of guy J.J. McCarthy is, right? So as good as Darnold is right now, and hell, if Darnold plays like a Pro Bowler, like how can you get rid of him? Don't know. But McCarthy is the future, and everything that's working good for Darnold right now, it's going to work for McCarthy as well. And he is getting all those mental reps, which is fantastic. But that's it. Your thoughts are thoughts. Kevin O'Connell's Friday presser ahead of Packers week. Let us know your thoughts, our thoughts, comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.